The workings of the mother are too subtle and swift for the human intelligence to follow. I just love this sentence. If you really understand it deeply enough, it's telling you that however intelligent you are, mother's workings are too subtle and too swift. You will never ever understand them. That means you will never ever understand life, because life is nothing but a field of mother's working. No matter how smart you think you are, mother is smarter than all of us, and none of us will ever understand what she does in our lives and why she does it. So I don't know about you, but when I first read this sentence, it just lit me up, because it made me understand once and for all that I'll never understand life, and that was a big relief. It made me stop trying to understand it. So the workings of the mother are too subtle and swift for the human intelligence to follow. The mind makes its formations and judges by appearances. It is deceived by what seems to it good or bad fortune, success or failure. But the mother knows what is needed and when and how it has to be done. Her action proceeds from a supreme knowledge above all mental reckoning and is guided by a truth which the mind cannot seize. So the mother says again and again that your mind is not an instrument of truth. Don't try to figure out the truth with your mind, because your mind is given to you to organize things, but not to really understand the truth behind things. So she's telling us that whatever your mind tells you is at the most ignorant knowledge. She's coined this beautiful phrase, whatever you think you know with your mind, you think you know with your mind that this person said this, so his intention was that. And you're very convinced it's true. But is it? Never believe your mind, because unless it comes from a space of intuition, whatever your rational, logical mind tells you. So when I was teaching this to 11th standard kids yesterday, one kid told me, but if I think something, there's a logic to it, right? There's a reason to it. That's why I believe it. But the whole point is that our highest reason and highest logic will also never touch the truth. You will never really know why something happened, though your mind will give you many causes and they'll seem convincing, but you'll never really know why it happened. And you'll never really know what will happen also, because your thoughts are just conditioned patterns. They are not statements of truth on reality. So if your mind is telling you this terrible thing will happen, that terrible thing will happen, you have to just recognize that it's just a thought. It's not real. So there's a very beautiful true story. It was related by a Buddhist monk, Ajahn Brahm. He said he had a friend who was he was in the World War II. He was fighting in the army, and they were in the jungle. And at that time, they got news that a Japanese platoon was coming at them. And they got news that that Japanese platoon was triple their size and number and much more powerful than them. So this boy, Ajahn Brahm's friend, he said, I thought, well, we'll go out and fight and die fighting. That's what soldiers do. But the commander of the ranks told them to stay put in the bushes, not venture out. And he said, let's make a cup of tea. And everyone thought that this was the craziest thing to do. Instead of a war strategy, he was telling them to do nothing, just make a cup of tea, but you obey your seniors. So they all did it. They made the cup of tea for each one. They drank the tea, And by the time they finished drinking it, the Japanese platoon passed them by. The Japanese didn't know they were there. So if they had come out to fight with the Japanese, they would have been slaughtered. So this friend of Ajahn Brahm said this really gave him a very important insight, that when there's nothing to do, then do nothing. This means that when we are faced with something threatening, we'll always overthink, we'll try and defend ourselves, we'll try and protect ourselves. But sometimes the best protection is to remain calm and do nothing and let mother take the action. So, and she does, and then always know that so what was the purpose of this event? Maybe it was to give this young man this very important life lesson, that when there's nothing to do, then do nothing. Because sometimes when we are in difficulty and we try to take unnecessary extra action, we make it far worse, right? Somebody is upset with us, instead of just letting that person be, we'll keep trying to get that person to talk to us, and that's good sometimes. Sometimes that makes it worse, because the more you talk, the more entangled it gets. Why not just leave it to mother? Mother's controlling every mind. I'll just get back my peace, and mother, you work on that person's mind. It's such a simple thing to do. But we don't do this. When things go wrong, we get an itch. We have to keep doing something till it's fixed.